everyone, and welcome back to the Liberty Homestead. Yeah! Hi! The project that I have for you guys today is that we will be making a raised bed or container garden using storage totes. My first year gardening was actually in these totes. I had them all on my back porch. Yes! Because at the time I didn't have a garden bed set up, I didn't have anything like that, and my husband was not the most confident in my gardening abilities, and frankly neither was I. Growing in containers is simple, it's easy, it's cost effective, and if you are using big totes like this, then you can actually grow a pretty big variety of things. Now normally putting these things together would probably be a spring activity, but my beginner's garlic and onion packages just came in from Southern Exposure Seed Exchange, and my bed where I was going to put them is not ready. I'm actually still processing some compost and waiting for a chip drop to cover this here in another no-till section. So instead we're going to be doing containers because it is planting time and this is not going to be ready anytime soon. I have 3 to start here. I have emptied these out, lugged them down from my back porch and brought them back up here. This is just here to hold down the cardboard so that I don't get grass growing under these and into the new bed, and so that I can spread the wood chip out around them better. Pro tip, I did not extend my wood chip line out far enough on the original garden bed, and I do have Bermuda grass coming in from the edges now, so I want to make sure that there's not going to be any grass coming up between these that can get into the rest of the bed. And once they are full, they're going to be pretty heavy, so wherever you want to put your containers, that is where you are going to fill them up. You would be surprised how much dirt fits in a 30-gallon tote. First things first, yes, it is perfectly safe to grow vegetables and herbs in one of these containers. It's not that different from a plastic planter pot. These are HDX brand. They are 30-gallon totes, and when you pick these up, sorry lady, Mama's gotta put you down. When you pick these up and you're looking at totes at the hardware store or wherever, you're going to want to find the little triangle symbol here with your numbers in it. I don't know if you can see it in the camera, probably not, but this one here is a 5. You are going to want plastic that is number 1, number 2, or number 5. That's it. Anything else is not going to be safe. I have a little handy dandy chart that I'll put on screen for you. The only ones that are food safe are number 1, 2, and 5. 5 is the absolute best one. It's used in water bottles, water bottle tops, yogurt containers, things like that. If you can't find a 5, then 1 or 2 are your next best bet. If any other number, don't use it. Next thing to note, when you take these off the shelf, I mean, they're plastic, they're gonna be new, there's gonna be some off-gassing. Try to pick the ones that smell as least chemically as possible. If it's super stinky, you don't want to use it. Your next step is your drainage holes. I have some holes here, just a standard drill. You don't want to do your holes too close to the bottom and too close together, or else the plastic will not be sturdy and will not hold. So these are maybe 3 inches apart for the most part, and they are around all 4 sides. I have a wheelbarrow here of branches and logs, yard waste, and I've got this pile of stuff. A lot of it is stuff that came out of the garden. There's some compost that I had in a container that's not quite ready to be compost yet. So we are going to take these materials and we are going to layer them, lasagna layer them, down in our totes. And we're going to do that for a couple of reasons. First, number 1, to help with drainage. Number 2, so you don't need to put as much dirt in these because, like I said, they will hold a lot. And 3, because as These things, our branches, our yard waste, our compost, you can even put kitchen scraps in here that would normally go into the compost pile. All of that, as it starts to decompose, will put nutrients back into your soil, especially if you can find a handful of worms and toss them in here. We're gonna start with these 3 because that's what I have ready. So you are going to take your biggest ones first. So biggest sticks here. Some of these are actually a little too long to fit in. Oh, you helping? Oh, that one's a little bit too big. Here, let's break it down. Ready? There you go. Toss it in. What a good helper, thank you. However much of this stuff you put in is really up to you. Any amount is going to help. But generally speaking, you want to fill it up half to 3/4 of the way with branches, yard waste, all of that. Let's see if we can show them, lady. So here we go. We've got our pile of sticks, downed branches, the biggest, thickest ones on the bottom. Now the yard waste is optional, but also helpful. This is stuff that I just pulled out of the garden. I also have grass clippings here. So we're gonna put these in. If you have kitchen scraps, you can toss these in here as well. Only things that would go in your compost. So, oops, veggie scraps, coffee grounds. We are going to dump out the rest of these sticks and start working on the dirt. You can do a couple of different things. You can go out and you can buy garden soil. You can get potting mix to stick in here. What we're going to do is we are going to use native soil because I've got a ton of it. A lot of people will tell you anyways that your best bet is in fact a mixture of compost, native soil, and your potting mix if that's what you're going to use. I'm going to fill them up like I would a flower pot up to this edge. All right, now we are going to take the wheelbarrow down to where that wood pile used to be and dig up some of that dirt. Now, a couple of notes about using native soil, and that is that yes, you are going to have to contend with some weeds unless you solarize the soil or something like that. But these are so small that they're pretty easy to weed. And the other note is that, yes, I still prefer native soil, even with the weed factor. When I did these on my porch, I was on a pretty strict budget, so I didn't actually have enough store-bought soil to fill all of my bins. So some of them I ended up filling with native soil like this. And the plants that I planted in the native soil did much, much better. I mean, everything grew regardless, but the stuff that was in the native soil grew faster, better, was more prolific. All in all, they were stronger, healthier plants. See that? That's a worm. That's a fat boy. Yeah, he's gonna help our plants. Or she. Actually, I think that worms might be hermaphroditic. I don't remember. It's been a long time since high school biology. If you put too little dirt in these, not only is that tougher on your plants, but then they will be sitting down low and they won't get as much sunlight. So we are filled up just about to the lip there, so this one will do good for now. And now it's all ready to plant in. Yeah, we did it! High five? Yeah! But that should be enough to get you guys started on your own container garden. If you have any other questions, drop them down in the comments and I'll try to keep an eye on those and answer what I can. So happy planting, and I will see you in the next one. Bye! Yeah!